If fantasy and romance are what you seek, featuring heroines who aren't quite so meek, with book talk and Instagram full of deceit, simply listen to our podcast, Our Picks of the Week. I am in a reading slump, but fanfic is here to save me? Question mark?
Fanfic saves pretty much everything.
Yeah, because again, I feel like I have talked about this quite a few times, but there is something that just helps you like get out of a slump when you can just close out a tab if you don't like it.
That's fair.
Yeah, because even with Kindle Unlimited, it's sort of a process, like especially with the little toggle where it automatically adds to your currently reading and you're like, oh, now I have to like finish it. Like,
The guilt is real.
yeah.
I have a fanfic adjacent question for you.
Oh, okay.
What is Wattpad?
Oh, okay. So we'll get into the lore maybe a little bit. I've never gone on Wattpad. Let me like caveat that because when I started to jump into fanfic, I feel like I went straight to Archive of Our Own, which is, I think, normally understood to be the one that's a little bit more mature, maybe. You have people that are like pretty serious about the writing. They put like a lot of like thought and effort. Wattpad is kind of notoriously the like 13 to 14-year-old writers who like this is your first dabble into writing something like fictional and you're like, oh my God. And then he like loved her and then
Oh my God.
yeah. So I think that's kind of like that might not be as true now as it was before, but Wattpad is notoriously the
Because that is frequently used as an insult. Like when I'm reading reviews, this is straight out of Wattpad. Like, okay, that tracks.
Yeah. Because I also think that Wattpad, someone can correct me on this, but Wattpad, you can write original works. So it'd be like, your write-in fantasy.
Oh, no.
I had long, beautiful blonde hair, and he was so handsome, and he only liked me.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Wattpad is a little bit more, write yourself in. Anyway, fanfics.
Fanfic. So your choice does not live on Wattpad.
No, it does not. It's an Archive of Our Own, obviously, Dramione pick. It's called Innocent Monsters by itscometothis. I kind of picked this up on a whim. Someone recommended it on the Dramione subreddit, and I've been in a little bit of a slump. I'm powering through Measure of a Man, but I've already talked about that one probably enough on the pod. So Innocent Monsters, though, is kind of like a redemption, silly, lighthearted fanfic, at least for what I've read so far. So it starts in 8th year, which is, I don't think it's like canon or anything, but it's thought that some of the students from Hogwarts who missed out on their 7th year because of the war, they would come back to like remake it up a following year. And so Draco is there. He's obviously horribly bullied. This is from Draco's point of view. Hermione's there and Draco is, sequestered off by himself. Nobody talks to him. He gets bullied a bunch, except during the sorting ceremony, this first year comes up and she sits down next to him. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, well, I saw you by yourself and that's kind of pathetic. So I'm just going to sit here and eat with you. And he's like, well, I think there's like a reason that nobody's like sitting around here. Like, can you go sit somewhere else? And she's like, no, I'm going to continue to be here. And so he basically gets adopted by this like cute 11-year-old. She's like a muggle born. She's the first muggle born to like be put into Slytherin, and she like constantly like roasts him. She's like, have you ever thought about like going outside? You're like kind of like half dead looking. And so he like very begrudgingly like kind of adopts her. She obviously doesn't know anything because she's a muggle born in Slytherin and everyone else is pureblood. And we get one of those like quintessential moments where she's like kind of sad and he's like, okay, that's suspicious. Like, what's going on? I don't care about it, but tell me what's going on. And she's like, well, like, what does a mudblood mean? And he's like, I'm going to go fight someone. And then he does fight someone. So it's like a cute,
that's adorable.
Yeah. And we get into the actual like plot line. She obviously just decides to do whatever, and she adopts like a baby Urkling, which is like a magical creature that they grow older and they devour children. It's like a fairy tale Bavarian thing. But this is a baby, and she's like, so I maybe did something like a little bit not cool, naughty. And he's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, well, I kind of went into the Forbidden Forest and like found this like Urkling, and now he's my friend, and his name is Reginald. And he's like, dude, Like, parenthood is not, I'm not ready for this shit. And so he has to enlist Hermione Granger's help to convince his little adopted first year to get rid of Reginald before he grows up. Yeah. This is a very, like, lighthearted, like, silly, stupid, whatever. But I kind of like, we get the, like, undertones of, like, him having, like, a redemptive moment. Is that redemptive?
Redemption. Yeah, maybe?
Yeah,
sure.
Sounded right.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
He gets that, like, moment to, you know, maybe, like, because he doesn't, the irony is not lost on him that he was the one in first year calling Hermione a mudblood, and now he has to, like, be on the opposite side of that and, like, make her feel better about being called that by other people. And so him and Hermione have, like, this kind of weird, like, mom-dad relationship with his first year who's, like, enamored with Hermione because it's like, oh, she's a muggle-born, like, just like me, and, like, she, like, you know, won a war, and oh my gosh, she's so smart and, like, amazing. But yeah, so it's silly, lighthearted. I'm hoping it will crash through my reading slump. It's only like 50,000 words, so I think that's like a novella.
Yeah, that's very approachable. It sounds like a warm, fuzzy kind of book.
So far, it's very like silly, warm, you know, dynamics, funny jokes. She like constantly like talks about muggle things that he has no idea. Like one of them, she adopts a Hinklepuff or whatever, those like the little, like, puffy things from the fifth movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "It's just like a Furby." And he's like, "I don't know what the fuck a Furby is. Like, I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna open this can of worms." So you get all those little, like, sly whatever things. I have not read anything similar to this. This is not really, like, my normal genre of fanfic that I enjoy.
I was gonna say, this is not what I was expecting at all. Innocent Monsters, I was thinking this super dark romance between Dramione and Draco.
Yep, no.
I said Dramione and Draco.
It felt right,
That's
though.
how far I am into the fanfic world.
But no, it's super silly. If you want something slightly more serious, Lionheart by greenTeacup, classic. It's basically like a rewriting of all of the Harry Potter books, but if Draco was put in Gryffindor. So it's kind of like him and Hermione are like outsiders because they're both rude nerds. And then you kind of like, they have a romance. It's super long, drawn out, but it's like incredible. And then also, I think you might like this one, but Detraquee by Hystaracal.
Was any of that English?
Dude. I'm pretty sure Detraquee is French, the username. I am probably pronouncing it way wrong, but this is like super literary. It's all from Hermione's perspective. There's a lot of like kind of like trains of thought that like kind of enter, you know, in the middle of it. It's super long, but it's like a masterpiece. Like it's one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't read a fic in a long time, so I need a new one.
It's insane. Like there's so many little like tidbits that I know are going straight over my head because they're like references to like literary works and like turns of phrase and like it's girl has to have some kind of like doctorate in British literature or something. I don't even know.
How long is it?
It's super long. But it's one of those that you don't even notice it's so long. Like
manacled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very similar, but like more like internal monologue. It's a god tier.
I will be downloading it tonight. Actually, I'm going to look it up right now.
That's fair. That's fair. It's just like one of those classics. So that's like a very extreme, but it's kind of similar because I think it either takes place in 7th year and on or 8th year and on, or it's like a rewrite. I don't remember. It's been a while. But
for our listeners, could you please spell that?
That's fair. So it's Detraquee.
Are you out of your mind? There is no fucking way I would have found this.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's French because there's a little like accent marks on it. But yeah. So also is like a, you know, this is actually good. Let me legitimize it. It's been translated into like at least 3 different languages, including Chinese, which that's kind of crazy because that just seems like a lot of work. And then it's also in a podfic. Like,
I just read the description. I will be downloading this right now.
That's fair.
Okay.
It also has like 1 million hits. So, I mean, 1 million people have thought this. Oh my God. Yeah. 108 chapters, 728,000 words.
Oh my God. No.
That's like a Leo Tolstoy, you know?
There's
Holy
fan art
shit.
for this one? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for ruining my afternoon, Katie.
No problem, because I feel like you also recommended some like Wattpad adjacent Wolf King Alpha thing that I'm absolutely going to be reading later. So,
Well,
but yeah, Innocent Monsters. It's come to this. It's cute, you know. Reading slump, hopefully eviscerated.
from Katie's shelf to yours.
We'll see you on the next page. Hi, readers. Like what you've been hearing? Check out the Spice Archive at notanotherheroine.com to see all of our reviews and ratings. And if you'd like to support our growing library, find us on Patreon and get access to exclusive bonus content.
If you'd like to just listen, we post new episodes every Monday and Wednesday on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Thanks for listening.